let's go.
Welcome to the very first episode of Passing the Crown. I'm Leasia, newly graduated, single, figuring out love and life. And sitting across from me is my beautiful mom.
What's up? Hey guys, I'm Camille Bush, formerly known as Camille Caesar, founder of C Caesar Inc. What's up? Yeah. Hey. Recently married and still learning every single day. Trials and tribulation that comes with life. That's every day. And together we decided, me and my daughter, me and my beautiful Leasia, has decided to bring into you guys into our world. So we're bringing you guys into our world, our day to day, our everyday struggle, mother and daughter talk, running a company together, bumping heads, day to day things that we as mother and daughter go through, and me being parenting my daughter through life.
This is Passing the Crown, conversations between mother and daughter on love, healing, and legacy.
Yes, yes, yes.
Let's start with where we come from, our roots. And I'm going to, let you take the lead on this, Camille.
All right. So I still like to be called mom, but it's okay. We're doing Camille because we're on this podcast and we love it. We're passing the crown. All right. So I am originally from Brooklyn, born and raised. My parents are Haitian immigrants who raised 6 kids. Well, my mom had 6. My dad, we're not going to talk about that. That's a whole different episode. But
the Rolling Stones.
Yes. Born in Brooklyn, like I said, from a county, Brooklyn. I was born in Kings County Hospital. My mom basically had us 6, but she raised 3 of us here in the States, right? She had 3 kids in the United States. She raised my brother, my sister, and myself. Public school system. My mom came here, very little English, barely worked. And when she did work, she worked for other people. So she really worked under the table. So there was nothing where she worked was getting any type of pension or anything to that effect. However, she raised us with integrity, moral, and I'm standing here today because of her. I am a teen mom, love it. I got married pretty young to Leasia's dad. We had 2 beautiful kids. We were together for about 16 years. And with that being said, where you come from and how you start out your life is not where you end. So pretty much that's me in a nutshell. I am a CEO of my company, CC Financial Inc. I help people get loans for their business. I help also people understand tax purposes, understanding why we do taxes, why we pay taxes, and the benefits of doing all that to get money from our wonderful government that we have here. Okay, so that's a little synopsis about myself. And I have, other than Leasia, I have 2 other kids, so I have a total of 3 kids. It ranges from 30, and my youngest is 14. Don't look at me. Yes, 30 and then 14. Yep, big age gap, but you know what? We're blended. We love it, and that's pretty much me right there. Go ahead, Leasia. I'm passing you that mic.
Yes. So, of course, I'm Leasia Lux, owner and CEO of Shop Leasia Lux, coach and mentor. I help women elevate their mindset and elevate their income. Super excited to start this new endeavor with you, Mom. I mean, life is amazing. I just came up with this idea. Literally, we were talking on the phone. I was drinking by the bar. During the same week, fresh out my graduation, I'm like, man, what's the next step? And, we've been business partners or, just doing a lot of business together for years now. So, and we like a lot of the same things, We both love talking. We both love talking. We both like camera. We both love giving our opinions. So I thought, what would be, a better option than to start a podcast with my mom? And then there's not too many people you actually see out there interacting with their parents. But of course, when I told a couple people about the idea, the first thing they brought up was, Red Table Talk. But we ain't seen them do anything in so long that at this point, we're almost bringing something new to the table.
Love it.
So I love it. Love to see it, Mm-hmm. I feel like as episodes go in, I'll dive more into my past and everything. I mean,
who doesn't have a past?
Right. Prior to this episode, kind of just to give you guys more insight on us, I I was like, let's come up with questions to ask each other. So, and I know you bought some motivational cards that you want us to pick up too. So what should we do first, the cards or the questions?
So let's just do one card each, and then we can go into questions. You'll hit me with the first question. I'll answer it the best way I can, and then I'll hit you with the first
Perfect.
question.
We could like piggyback off
Correct.
each other.
So you pick a card first.
I don't know. I'm closing my eyes like I can't even see the cards. All right. Ooh, I love this. I am the guardian of my happiness.
That is a true statement, right? We protect our happiness. We make our happiness. So I always tell people the mere fact that you get up in the morning, you should be blessed and thankful. Because as you know, yesterday was a mass killing in a Catholic school.
Oh, wow.
And just to know that 17 people were injured, 2 killed, and they were kids, 8 and 11.
That's so
just be
unfortunate.
mindful that, you have to project how you want your day, your beginning to start, and just be very thankful. So that is a great card. Love it. So you roll in with that first question for your mom.
Okay. Well, aren't you going to pick a card?
I'll pick one after I answer the question.
Okay. All right. So my first question for you is, what is your favorite memory of me?
Ooh, I don't have one. I have many, but I think the best memory of my first child, who I had at 17, would be our baby shower me and her dad had.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I wasn't even there yet.
But you were in that belly cooking up 32 weeks in. And just to know that the baby shower was one of the biggest that we had. Okay, so coming from Brooklyn.
I'm still hearing about this baby shower
yes.
30 years later.
Correct. Coming from Brooklyn, having a house party / baby shower, having my entire family there, my aunts, my cousins, friends, family from the neighborhood. Yes, I was a teen mom, but I continued going to school. And my mom had that reflection of everyone being at this baby shower, supporting. And it was her bringing the village together so I can raise you. So to me, and your dad was there, we were already married. So at that time, that was one of the happiest moments that I know I was bringing you into this world. Wow. Yes. No
I was
stress.
so sure that you were going to say my graduation. I was so
Girl,
sure.
those are other milestones, but one of the
like
ones
your
I
baby
can
shower,
remember.
that was,
Yes.
that's really dope.
Yes,
See,
yes,
you learn
yes.
something new every day.
Yep. So that was
Wow.
one of the ones I remembered the most, with you.
Nice.
Yes. So I'm going to pick a card. Let me shuffle through this. This is so cute. I am always grounded, right? This is such a beautiful thing. Always being grounded is not letting someone steal that shine from you, right? And this is a great example of me,
I
right?
think grounded too sometimes is like, sometimes it doesn't even have too much to do with other people, but just being sure of self and being centered in self. Because a lot of us, it's easy to get distracted or to become of this world, right? And to be influenced by so many factors. But it's sometimes you have to come back to self. You have to come back and ground.
I love it.
That's how I feel like when I travel a lot and I'm working a lot. When I come back into town and I come over the house and I see all you guys, that's me like grounding. Like my family, my roots, getting into that always recharges me and reminds me like who I am.
I love it.
Keeps me centered.
There you go. Yeah, I love it. So I have a question for you, Leasia. The journey to graduation. You graduating recently, a week before my wedding.
Yes.
What was the most challenging part of your journey at FIU, and what motivated you to keep you pushing? Because you and I know we had conversations about this. There were days that you were like, I don't know, do I really need this, Mom? So what kept you grounded? What kept you focused? And what was that push?
I would definitely say the biggest push for me that changed my academic career was deciding what I wanted to do. Once I made the decision, like, I want to go to law school, because I've been in and out of school since 18. So it's like almost 11 years of, or whatever, my math might not be mathing, 11 years of kind of teetering on the fact, like, do I want to do this? I don't know why I want to do this. What do I want to, like, and I feel like that doesn't get talked enough about. You hear people go to college and it's like, oh, they either drop out or they continue and get their degree. But sometimes you really don't know what you want to do. And then you make a certain money outside of school without a career, and you're like, do I need this? But once I decided, like, hey, my next step in my career path is that I want to do law. You know, I want to bring that education and those resources to our clients.
Okay.
I was like, all right, well,
That was
here's
your
how many-
motivation.
that was it.
That's
That was
it. I love it. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Another question?
Yes, I got one for you. Who or what has impacted your life the most?
Your grandmother, my mom, right? Being an immigrant, she coming from Haiti. Again, no guidance because my mom lost her mother at a very young age. She was a twin, so she lost her mother right after birth, and then her dad, which is my grandfather, kind of had another family. So the fact that my mom was able to raise us the best way she could, she's my inspiration. She has made me the woman I am today. And I used to always say that she was so strict until I became a parent.
And you saw you was
Oh.
a bad child.
Oh,
Grandma used to tell me them stories. I'm like, damn,
yeah.
y'all was giving that lady a hard time.
We sure was.
That poor old Zoe lady.
Yes, the Zoe lady for
And
life.
she over here barely speaking English. And y'all was just
Look.
probably running so much game on her.
all day long. But ultimately, at that stage of our lives, going through middle school, and she's just been relevant in everything we do, and even though some of the traditional ways of her teaching and telling us certain things, I wasn't. All I didn't like it because you always look at your parent like, oh my God, you're such a Debbie Downer, but again, after having kids, after having you, just seeing how life has to be, why I'm so protected over you and your siblings, she's been that person for me, honestly. Yeah.
Dope. I love that.
And I have a question for Leasia. Same thing, family influences, right? How has growing up in our family shaped the way you approach education, career goals, and life in general?
Did you get these questions from ChatGPT?
I sure didn't. Oh, you wanted me to say that?
I'm like, these are so
No.
very thought-provoking.
I actually got these
My
questions.
questions are very...
Yeah, I got these questions from your aunt and I. We put them together. Remember, you're our first kid here, so we had a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yes. I'm sorry, what's the question?
Look. She says, "Excuse me."
feel like
Not that I don't
taking
love
extra
ChatGPT, but this girl right here. So
Y'all gave me some deep questions.
Yes, Leasia, you're about to be a whole law student,
Yes.
so we need to get you out.
Yes, y'all want me to be
So
sharp.
yes, how has growing up in our family, and our family already, shaped you in the way you approach education, career goals, and life in general?
Well, I would say growing up in our family dynamic, it wasn't traditional like most families. I would say the number one thing as far as like my education, I would really say, I mean, a lot of my influences have been self-motivating because I feel like I've been the type that always analyzed the family dynamics and was like, all right, I ain't trying to be like these crazy people. And it's like, or like, I've always known from very young that I wanted to take care of my family. And I always knew that I wanted more.
Okay.
So I would say that growing up in our family, growing up how I did, I knew I always wanted more. And I feel like there is a certain level of almost responsibility you take on. And you do this almost in private. And I feel like I did this very young where I knew like very well, like, I'm going to be the one to like change the cycle in my family.
Okay. And what was that cycle?
One, the cycle of, I don't want to say being impoverished because we weren't poor.
Right.
We didn't have money though.
Right.
We definitely didn't have money.
We lived from check to check, which is, we were able to eat. We were able to live in a home. We didn't, I can say that. And I get that part because you've seen that we didn't take a lot of family vacation.
We didn't take no family vacation.
There you go.
Y'all was trying to get rid of us. 30
Yeah.
some of times.
So I understand that. That makes a lot of sense that you wanted to make sure there was enough, that we were able to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And how would you dissect the next question? Like,
What was the second part again?
No, yeah, your education, career goals.
Career goals. watching you be an entrepreneur has definitely pushed me to be an entrepreneur too, and also kind of almost like you're laying a blueprint, right? Because when we started our businesses, it kind of was like you were doing finance. You knew it. You knew the direction you wanted to do in your business. You know, when I started lash business first, and I started a boutique. So
I loved it though. That was
Yeah.
just what you were into. If lash was great because you started doing it on us, we loved it.
Yeah.
And then you were like, I see a lot of these Instagram doing clothing. I could do that too. And you went for it. See, I love that about you. I love that you. If something doesn't work for you, you switch into something else. That doesn't work, then you go somewhere. Because that's you touching things. And I think you and I have the same thing because everyone is such in a box about, you see how we lived in New York all our life. When I decided to get up and leave New York and go to Canada to live for a year, it didn't work out. I just came back.
Right.
A lot of people are scared of changes. They like to just be where they're comfortable.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is so true.
In this family, we don't do that. We
Yeah, a lot
definitely
of
going to be
people-
outside of that.
Yeah. I would say we are probably the shakers of the family. Like we're the ones with the bold personalities that aren't afraid to like step out and just, be bold. Definitely. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like because you've always wanted more, that made me want more, right? Because you could have just been, like, let's face it, we grew up in the hood. I was born. You was in Brownsville. You could have decided.
East Flatbush.
She always trying to deny the fact that she from the hood.
No.
Okay. Well, I was telling you the other day, from food stamps to fine dining. Okay.
Look,
I'm not ashamed of my past. I embrace it.
Look, I don't shop. Look, first of all, it's called Snap. We're not going to use the word food stamps anymore. We are using Snap. And look, I don't downplay Snap. It put a lot of food on our table.
Well, we didn't have.
Okay. You know.
I take some Snap right now.
Oh, that part.
Okay, so let's kind of divvy on into our next segue, and then we'll circle back and ask some more questions.
Absolutely.
So why Passing the Crown? We decided on this name. I sent you a list of probably like 10 names. What made, because I think you selected this and another one, but why this name?
I like Passing the Crown. And just let me be clear, just because we're mother and daughter, Passing the Crown could be to anyone in your family. It could be an auntie, a cousin, a nephew, a brother.
Or
a
even
uncle.
just anyone
Just
in the
anyone.
world.
Yeah. So Passing the Crown to me is really what this generation needs and understand, because as aunties and mommies and, cousins, I think a lot of the time we fail as understanding that we have people looking up to us. Passing the Crown to me just hit the cores that's what I'm doing, right? I'm setting an example for you, your sister, and your brother, and everyone who's around us every day, right? I have to put myself in a position where, how am I going to handle this? How am I going to de-escalate this? And what is going to make it right for both of us here? So, I mean, hands down with Passing the Crown, hands down for you even thinking about this podcast and just us being in a space where we can talk, we can debate, and we can really come to terms with what we want to get out here in the public and have people understand.
Yeah. I definitely, after getting my degree, it really was like a huge boost to my ego. Like, I was feeling, you remember I told you I was feeling incredible that week. Because leading up to it, I was getting a lot of hate. I was getting a lot of shade. A lot of people like, oh, what are you going to do with that? I know a lot of successful people, getting a degree don't make you successful. But guess what? Getting a degree can prove that you can stay committed to something long enough to see it through the end, no matter what the end looks like,
Period.
And so when I was thinking podcasting, I was also thinking, of course, I'm getting into coaching and mentoring. So I feel like, and I told you this, we don't pat ourselves enough on the back for our accomplishments because we're so focused on goals. And there's so much that we've learned. There's so much experience and wisdom that we've gained that I live by the quote, reach one, teach one. You know what I'm saying? Or teach one, reach one, whatever. When you learn something, when you elevate in life, you should always teach, give back. And one of the greatest ways I think that we can give back is by teaching, or inspiring. And that's always been my main overall goal. I know that's the most like fulfilling thing for me is to inspire other people or to teach them like we have opportunities, we have resources. So when I'm, you know, passing the crown, like not just women, but everyone has a crown. Some of us, it might be a little crooked. Some of us might have cobwebs on it and we need to dust it off. But everyone has their crown and we need to step into our power. And some people don't know what power they have and they might need that little push. And I'm trying to be that little push.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah. You know. So since we're here in the Passing the Crown, how Leasia really is the one that really was pushing this podcast. I've been wanting to work with my daughter for a very long time just because she grew up with me. I had her at 17. She kind of, I tell her all the time, she was my firstborn, so therefore all the mistakes of learning how to raise a child was actually passed on to her just because you're the first one. So, you know, we don't get a handbook how to become parents and what we need to do. We kind of just learn from what we've seen, what we hear about, and again, how we were raised, right? So Passing the Crown to me is a great example because in our family, the dynamics in our family, we have a lot of women in our family, successful, women that are struggling and women that want to go far in life, right? I've always been the one that stood out in my neighborhood, my sister and I, just because of what we did, right? We hung out. I consider ourselves the it girls. We got into trouble. We partied. Dramas with boyfriends, drama with girlfriends. We went through it all, right? But to be here where I'm at today in my life, to have been married a second time around, have met my true calling, my true love, and now doing something I like and love.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes, I like and love what I do. I don't wake up traditionally and go to a 9 to 5. The job that I do is help people, whether it be mentoring, whether it be talking to a person one-on-one, or whether it's to help them do tax, payroll, understand certain things. I love what I do. And of course, the backlash of everything, because when you're not able to satisfy a client, a customer, or anyone, of course you get that, oh my gosh, she was a scammer, or she was this, or she was that. But that's life, right? We can't please everyone. Everyone is not gonna like what we do, even though we're very transparent. I've always told people, I tell you exactly what it is. You may not like it. You may not endure what I say to you. But I'm going to tell you like it is because I don't want you to sugarcoat me and I'm not going to sugarcoat you.
Period.
You know, and you're going to come off and people are going to come off and say, oh, she could have said it, but I could have. But why? The world is not going to sugarcoat it for you. So why am I going to do it for you?
Exactly.
So that's why in our family, as you know, you're a mother who loved to entertain. And, you know, last year when we had our Christmas party, one of the things we talked about, I bought New York to Florida.
Yes,
I literally bought my whole entire family,
the whole 90s.
The whole 90s to my home and to celebrate. And I asked no one to bring any gifts, just to come. Yeah. And they were just like, oh my God, Camille, I can't believe you did this. Yes, we partied for 3
And kudos
days.
to how big, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm like, we need to share our stories and we need to, because that's big. And people on social media and people that I meet who've known me from when I'm young, they always say that it's amazing to see your growth because most people, especially when you come from where we come from, they're still there. They didn't leave. They didn't elevate. I know plenty of people I went to high school with, friends from college, friends that I've made on the way in life, and they're still there. But how big is that? Like, first of all, goals. You've moved to a different city and established yourself, but you were able to you have your own house that was able to hold guests and have a big Christmas party. I mean, you redecorate the whole backyard.
I did.
I think there was like 50 people at the party.
Yep. Yeah.
So, I mean, we went from partying in apartments, 1-bedroom apartments,
Correct.
everyone's squeezing up in there, to multiple bedroom houses with a backyard that can accommodate 50 plus people.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the growth, right? The idea of doing this podcast, passing the crown, right, is understanding that where you come from does not dictate your future, right? We grew up in the 90s where there was fighting, gun violence, drugs, the crack epidemic. I grew up around a crack house that was 2 doors down from our house.
Wow.
And for us not to get caught up in that, that's a lot. That dictates the parent that you have, the mom that you have, the people around you, your village. And back then, adults weren't scared to talk to kids. If I was doing something wrong, your grandmother friends would check us and say, what are you doing here? I'm going to call your mom. Now? Oh, no. Oh, you can't check these kids. They want to fight you. They want to pull out a gun.
Oh.
So,
A gun?
look, I mean, I don't know what to say.
These
anymore.
YNs do be wild.
They
do.
wildin'. And, you know, and then you really don't know what to say or how to say it. And I tell people all day long, like, I'm a parent first. I'm not trying to be my kid's friend, right? I love my kids. Me and Leasia bump heads all the time. Now I have the 14-year-old I'm bumping heads with, but I'm not trying to be your friend. At the end of the day, I have to parent you first.
Well, you trying to be my friend now because we passed the parenting stage.
You're still my daughter, right? So before anything, I'm gonna give you parenting advice first. I'm going to say, I don't know, Leasia, if this really works. If I were you, but it's gonna be now your decision because at 30, you're an adult, right?
Yeah.
But for me, as your mom, you're never an adult in my eye. Yeah. You know, I say it all the time. Like, I know you be like, oh, mom, you be capping. Right? Oh my God. I think that's a new word now. You be capping or you doing too much. But then I look at you, I'm like, you still that little baby that popped out 6 pounds, 10 ounces from my belly. So you telling me I'm capping. I'm like, what this lady was telling me? You know, so yeah.
Who is teaching you these words? You spend too much time with Larissa.
I do.
And too much time on TikTok.
Oh, I love TikTok.
Mom,
TikTok. I love it. I love TikTok. Yeah. But I love it.
TikTok. I can't. Capping. Who taught you that word, Mom?
We're capping.
How is y'all learning this stuff?
So Leasia, tell the listeners what they can expect from us.
Definitely weekly conversations on family, love, life,
men.
You're married now, so
what does that mean?
You have you reach. That's like reaching the goal. I mean, life is a marathon, right? So it's like you won the first lap, which is like you're not single
now it's
no
staying
more.
married.
Yes,
I had to kiss all these frogs before I got my king.
Period.
So we gotta dissect all that. You know my struggles with dating. Hello, after your dad.
But okay, so you played something in the car. And it was very interesting what you said when not what you said, what you played, when the guy was like, it doesn't matter all the hundreds of people you dated once you have that one. And I feel like it's true because, when you're dating or where you're navigating being single, everybody always wants to concentrate on the failures. Oh, you was with this guy and it didn't work out. Oh, now you're with this person, especially if you move on, which is like, how am I going to find my person if I stay stuck to somebody or if I just stay by myself for too long?
Yeah, I agree. I lead them. We separate. I'm getting another person because I'm not here. And again, it doesn't work for everyone. You know that, Leasia. But I've always been that person that if it doesn't work, I'm moving on. You may not want to move on, but I know I'm moving on. Look, I gotta go through the roster, find out who's next.
Period.
So and that's what we have to do. Black women in itself, we already have a title, right? We come off aggressive, but we only come off that way because the weight has been put on our shoulders.
Yep. Oh, say that to the camera.
The weight has been put on our shoulders.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. And to meet someone, to get married in 7 months, plan a wedding.
Yeah.
You guys need to go look at my Instagram page and see my wedding.
And it has been reposted
a million times
onto Passing the Crown Instagram, but
correct.
We will repost it as an official reel on the page when this episode drops.
Exactly. So, I planned my wedding in 7 months and here I am today. Love
Fabulous wedding.
Oh,
gorgeous wedding. I had such a good time.
Thank you.
I had such a good time.
My wedding planner.
Even though they was hating on my speech because I said my mama got some good coochie. Because there was a lot of single people in the crowd. I'm just saying.
Guys, when Leasia said, mind you, I married an African man from West Africa. My daughter got on that stage, got on that mic and said, I know my mommy's fly because her coochie's good. Hello? I was mortified. I turned red. And all my husband said to me was like, that's our daughter. She is being who she is herself.
And he came up to me afterwards and was like, great speech. So clearly he agrees.
So guys, these are the things that we will be talking about.
Yes.
But overall, it was a great wedding. I had a great wedding planner, my maid of honor, photographers, specs. I had a videographer, Ralph. I had a great team, 5-star. I had Will from Quick Prints. I mean, there was so much people on this, and so much. My makeup artist, my hairstylist.
Ooh, Natalia be doing-
Share attitude.
Yes.
She did her thing. Like, it's just to see that everyone that came to this wedding, and we plan to show it on the podcast. Hopefully we can put it on the screen so you could just get a snippet of it. It was Black excellence. I had a red carpet. I made people feel so important because it was important to me for my guests to feel like they were loved, they were appreciated to come out, and they were beautiful. Beautiful, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people.
Yes. It was such a nice. I mean, we've definitely had such an eventful summer. I mean, from you getting married to my graduation, my brother's birthday, Larissa graduating 8th grade and moving into high school, going to prom.
Yes.
That was really big. I think, I had to think about that the other. You know how I feel about my little sister. Drives me crazy. I feel like she takes advantage of my mom. But I will acknowledge that there is a transition being made in the house, right? Mm-hmm. Where you are going to have a teenage daughter. So you're going to navigate going through having a teenage daughter again. Because that was a little rough patch for us. And we're not going to get too deep into it. We're going to save it for another episode when we dive deep into family dynamics.
Let's save it.
But there is a transitioning going into the house where Larissa not a little girl no more. She is a teenager. And I'm curious to see how this works out.
That part. Guys, I'm curious to see how it works too. I'm curious.
So what else can our listeners expect to hear from this podcast?
Real stuff, authentic stuff, nothing made up. There's days I'm gonna come in here and look at Leasia like she crazy because she done did something to me, and I'm looking at her like, girl, I will still knock you out, and she gonna be like, Mom, you really be doing the most. But overall, the idea of this podcast is really to get a clear understanding of the dynamics of my daughter and myself and people in general around the world that's looking at us, right? Yeah. That may be facing the same thing with their mom, their parents and so on. So you're definitely going to get us. You're going to get some special guest appearance from people here.
Yes.
I have some great friends and women and men in my life who has been pivot in my life, who has stand 10 toes down with me and Leasia.
Period.
So you're definitely going to get people on our couches sitting down talking to us and talking to the audience. You're going to look forward to seeing that. And of course, we want questions from you guys.
Definitely.
Like, what do you want to know about us? Maybe there are things that you want to ask us and you want us to answer. We're open to all that. And no question is too small. So please bring them on.
Yep.
We're here for it. We love it.
You'll hear us agree, disagree, laugh, maybe even cry, but it'll always be real, like she said. And hopefully it helps another mom and daughter duo or father and son or any family pair to at least, feel less alone. Because I know sometimes when you go through things, it just feels like this is only happening to me in my experience. No, everyone has similar experiences. We are all plugged into this world going through it.
Love it. So definitely support us. We're gonna make sure that when we drop the snippet of this, you'll have our Instagram handle, TikTok, X, all of our stuff. So we're creating this platform, and we're looking forward to really diving into a lot of different things. And just being New Yorkers, native New Yorkers, living in Florida, that in itself is a lot. Because living in Florida, and I'm fashion guru here, and I'm looking at these people with flip-flops and slides and socks.
Hoodies. You were just giving the audio engineer a hard time about it.
I just gave this engineer a hard time. He done put on a hoodie, some shorts, socks, and sneakers. I said, sir, are we okay? Are we in the same climate zone here? So these are things that you're definitely going to hear from us. And I'm super excited. I'm super, super excited.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I am really, really excited to just show you guys a piece of our world and to meet more. So expect us weekly now. We are locked in. Make sure you guys subscribe on Spotify, Apple, wherever you're listening. If you're on YouTube, definitely subscribe, comment below, let us know what you want to see, what you're thinking. If you think we suck, you can tell us that too. We love hate.
But we love the criticism, right? Because criticism does help you get better. I love it because I'm geared for someone telling me, hey, this might have been better this way and stuff like that. I take
Well,
it
look,
all
I
in.
know we ain't gonna get no constructive criticism. It's probably gonna be hate.
I
And
love it. Bring it on.
we love haters over here. Haters. I mean, I wake up every day knowing that there's someone in the world that hates what I do, and that my mere existence
I don't know what
bothers
she's talking
them.
about.
Okay, and just because my mere existence bothers them, that is just more motivation for me to keep going, to shit on my haters.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Definitely follow us on Instagram, TikTok, on Spaces, every social media platform. Passing the Crown podcast. Again, Passing the Crown podcast.
It's okay. It's okay. And we're going to also talk about beauty, right? Both my daughter and I has had surgery.
Damn, how you know that's something I wanted to talk about, Mom?
Why not?
Like,
right?
See how moms just be doing
Look,
all the time?
why not? Like, I've been asked.
Why not? Yo, what if I was telling everybody I'm natural? Why she trying to throw the little snip and tuck under the...
You are natural. We've done some enhancements. And I talk about that, and I'm very open about having cosmetic surgery, because it seems that the new trend is that people throw these things at you. Say, oh, you've had a BBL, you've had this, you had your breast done and your face done. Girl, why you care? Are you mad that you can't get it done?
Exactly. We're going to put a pin in that, because that's going to be a great
topic.
episode.
Yes.
And I got some lovely women to bring up on here.
That's
have,
it.
think a little differently.
Yeah.
Let the people know where they could, keep up with you, and where like they could contact you.
Okay. So you guys on Instagram, it's Camille _N_Bush. I had officially changed my name on everything. Facebook is Camille Caesar still. I'm still trying to understand how to change that name. And on X is Camille Caesar as well. You follow me on handle. And I do have some fake pages, so be sure you're picking the right ones out. All right. And stuff like that. But and of course, you can go on my website, www.cccaesarinc.com. And also, you'll see all my handles there as well. But yes, I am ready. I'm excited. These weekly podcasts with me and my daughter, we're excited to bring you guys into our world. I don't know how much, but yeah, we're going to bring you into our world.
Yes. You guys, again, it's Leasia Lux. Follow me on all social media platforms at Leasia Lux. That's LEASIALUXE. Of course, our social media pages and links will be posted below. Make sure you give this a thumbs up. Share it if you loved what you saw so far. If you loved what you hear, send it to a mom and daughter that you think would be inspired by our show. And of course, this is just the beginning. And we'll see you next week on
Passing the Crown. Look, I gotta be all this. Passing the Crown. We can't wait. Share us. Subscribe to the YouTube. We love it all. So we are waiting for you guys.